Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. A lot coming up this week, thank God. Lag BaOmer is this week, new class starting this week, Soul Circle. So go to yjprochester.com so you don't miss anything. Context. Context is everything. How many times throughout the day do we read something, hear something, think we saw something, and we don't have the proper context? We don't have all the details, we only have half a story, we don't have all the facts, and we judge based on what we think we know. All the time we do this. The world around us does this all the time, right? They tell the story of somebody who overhears his friend tell his wife on the phone and drop dead. He says, how can you talk to your wife that way? And he said, no, she asked me on the phone, do I think her new dress is gorgeous? So I answered, yes, drop dead, right? Nuance, knowing the context. Jokes aside, right? This happens all the time. You get a text message, you get an email, you don't hear the tone and it gets misrepresented and everything goes the wrong way. In this week's Torah portion, Pasha Acharei and Kedoshim, a double header. And in Kedoshim, we have the commandment, B'tzedek tishbetu amitecha. Judge your fellow with righteousness. And Rashi, the foremost commentary, gives two explanations for this. The first one, he says, is just straightforward. This is for judges, Jewish judges in Jewish courts, in a Beis Din, to judge righteously without having any interference, without having any biases, etc. In fact, the full name of a Jewish court is a Beis Din Tzedek, a courthouse of righteousness, of justness. But then he gives another explanation, and that applies not just to judges, but to every single person. And that is to judge each other favorably. Daf lekansos, to give people the benefit of the doubt. And you might say, and this is discussed later in the Talmud, ethics of our fathers, to give people the benefit of the doubt. And then you might say, well, what relationship does this have to this week's Torah portion? Kedoshim, to be holy. How is that? Why is it in this week's Parsha? And maybe the answer is because every single Jewish person is holy. Kedoshim to you, we are a nation of holy people. Therefore, judge each other as such. When we see somebody doing something wrong or we hear something about somebody, judge them favorably. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe we don't know the full story. Maybe we're mishearing. Or maybe they're trying their best and we don't know all the details. To judge each other favorably is a mitzvah. It's utmost importance in recognizing each person's value and not misjudging them. And the world is full of stories of people who were misjudged. And when they were judged favorably, when they were given that chance, they really blossomed. And the whole story, the whole narrative changed. There's somebody once wrote to the Rebbe, to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, that he was in a shul and they needed a 10th person for a minyan. So they called somebody, we need a 10th. And he came in and the guy sat in the back and just read, was reading a newspaper. And he complained, what type of behavior is this in a shul to read a newspaper? And Rebbe said, you're looking at this all wrong. Here is somebody who davening wasn't that important. To be in shul wasn't important. He was doing a favor so that there could be a minyan. He took time out of his day. Look at it, and he's willing to sit in a shul so that you could have a minyan. How amazing. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berditchev, the great Hasidic Rebbe, was known as the lawyer of the Jewish people. He was constantly defending the Jewish people before God. And one time he saw a congregant in his talit and tefillin, in middle of prayers, greasing the wheels of his carriage because he was trying to get a head start on the day, It's a busy day, so he was greasing the wheels while he was praying. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak turned to God and said, look, God, even while he's greasing the wheels of his wagon, he's praying to you. This wasn't tongue-in-cheek, it wasn't to be cute. He meant this seriously. Perspective matters. How we look at each other matters. And the Talmud says when we judge each other favorably, God judges us favorably as well. And this goes to ourselves as well. Judge yourself favorably. We should look at ourselves, give ourselves compassion. And God will give us compassion as well. Shabbat Shalom.